Welcome everyone back to the Myth Series in-depth playthrough. Today we are going to be playing a Traitor's Grave. The Legion has defended Crow's Bridge, but they need to hurry to save Madrigal, or the war in the north will be lost.
Tuesday, August 5th, King's Highway. Having turned back the attack on Crow's Bridge, we headed south to rejoin the Legion in another small town called Otterferry. On our way, we met a force of our own men hurrying in the opposite direction, who gave us ill news. The vanguard of our army, 20,000 men, has been camped near Otterferry for 2 days now. The mayor of that village must have guessed our plan to cross the Scamander River behind the main enemy force and to attack them by surprise. Perhaps in the cowardly hope that he would be spared when the Dark sacked Madrigal, the mayor intends to betray us to the enemy. A quick death will be too good for him, but we will have time for nothing else. One of the locals knows of the clearing where the mayor arranged his meeting with the Dark and will lead us there.
Notice that the location in the journal entry is King's Highway. I am just going to go on a whim and say that this highway connects Madrigal and Tandem, since these are the main cities in the Free Cities of the North. The Legion's plan to hit Shiver from the rear is very important in the war effort, so they are relying on surprising Shiver's forces. It is lucky for the Legion that one of the locals knew of the mayor's meeting with the Dark and had the guts to tell the Legion about it. The images on the disc that don't appear in the video show the traitor talking to a ghoul, which tells us that the ghouls can understand what he is saying, and also they have extremely buff forearms. The second image shows several furbolg following the local, leading them to the traitor. In this image we can see the stone that we will see in the mission where the traitor is meeting with some of the Dark forces to escort him to Shiver. For new units in this mission we got the Journeymen. They are all that remains of the Cathbrug Empire. They were formerly called Huron Guards and were guards of the Emperor of the Cathbrug. They were the elite soldiers of the Empire and are very knowledgeable of the world of myth. After the fall of Mirthemni, they became known as Journeymen because they no longer had their home and wandered the world of myth. The unit description in Myth the Fallen Lord says this: returning to the ruin Mirthemni had become in their absence, the deathless Huron guards each tore 9 gold tiles from the palace wall, every one the weight of a grown man. The journeymen in the game appear to be fat, but they are really carrying around a heavy weight. They are literally carrying around the remnants of the glory of the Cathbrug Empire. I don't think that the game actually specifically says this, but the way I always thought of it was that the journeymen were both full of sadness and shame because of the fall of Mirthemni. Wearing these massive coats and the weight of the gold tiles can't be comfortable at all, and I think they do this to show their emotions to those around them and as an act of honor and respect. Also, the fact that they are wearing gold that is valuable and using it purely to show their sorrows shows how deeply they feel about the loss of Mirthemni. The Journeymen and Huron guards are called Deathless because they are immortal and heal their wounded allies with mandrake roots. One of the Myth 2 unit descriptions say this: their healing ritual has its roots in the initiate rites of the Huron Guard, but what brings about immortality in a truly exceptional person merely restores the vitality of lesser men. Mandrakes are the roots of a mandrake plant that has magical healing properties. Mandrake plants in the real world can be found in the Mediterranean region and are highly valuable herbaceous plants. The mandrake root can sometimes look like a person and can put someone in a state of unconsciousness, which was used as an aesthetic for surgery in ancient times. The Myth 3 Huron Guard unit description says this: taught to them by the Avatara, the use of mandrake root to heal is an ancient and complex ritual. The root must only be gathered during a full moon and remain untouched by human hands. Each root so extracted is imbued with 5 drops of the maker's blood, branded with a symbol of potency, and wrapped in a cloth so as not to be touched until the healing is desired. This tells us a little bit about the difficulty of learning to use the mandrake root. The root having to be gathered during a full moon really doesn't jive well with the myth the Fallen Lords or Soulblighter very well, because in the game you end up gathering some in the middle of the day. The Myth 2 Soulblighter unit description also says this about the Journeyman. Upon being reborn as a member of the Deathless Huron Guard, the date of his initiation according to the calendar of the Old Kings of Cathbrug would serve as his new name. Some of the names of the Journeyman are 12 Eagle Falling Sun, 6 Motion Bloody Jaguar, 5 Huron Waiting Cactus, and such. GURPS explains the names more, saying that the number at the beginning of their name is their number in the class, and the words after that are the date of the calendar of the Old Kings of Cathbrug. I've read around and it sounds like there are similarities with the dates to the Mayan calendar, but from searching around a bit, I couldn't find anything that was a one-to-one correlation. So I tend to think that the names are merely inspired by the Mayan calendar, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bungie had their own made-up calendar for the Cathbrug Empire to come up with names. The Journeymen in the game wield shovels and are poor in combat and are very slow thanks to all the weight they carry. While they are not very effective in combat, they are valuable because they can heal the injured fellow soldiers with mandrake roots, and also in an emergency, they can use the roots to kill the undead, and a more advanced technique is to use the roots to stun enemies. Well, that is enough about the Journeymen, and man is there a lot you can talk about them. Let's get this mission rolling. Welcome to a Traitor's Grave.
Yeah? Sir?
Alright, so we got this Journeyman here. And also, some of the... I forgot to save it
Okay. Ready? Sir?
after the end of the last mission. So some of the kills I got were lost, but I just loaded in the middle of the mission and ended the level from there. So he doesn't have all his kills, but it doesn't really matter. At least I have some of them and they have the same names and stuff. So... there's going to be a goal over here to the left and to the right, and
Make up your mind.
when we come up here and encounter this first group of Solus and Thrall, one of these two goals are going to come. Well, most likely both of them will come. So this one on the right almost always seems to come, and the one on the left is most likely going to come too. So I'm going to keep my Journeyman here. I'm going to send my dwarf ahead to get the Solus to start coming.
Okay.
I've seen the Solus like come and not the Thrall that are with them.
Move here, move
We'll see
there.
what happens.
The enemy! Protect me!
So here comes the Solus. There, my archers are shooting the goal that's coming. They'll take care of him.
That was mine.
And then I'm going to
Make up your mind.
hide my dwarf behind this little tree so they
Okay.
can't shoot him. I'm worried about this other goal coming up behind. I don't see him though. See, they're not very bright.
Move here, move
They'll tend to go after my archers.
Ready?
They'll keep shooting my dwarves even though my archers will kill them. It's a pretty easy way to cheese them. Sometimes they'll eventually start going after the Furbolg instead.
Ready?
Let me just keep our Journeyman back to heal them in case, just in case. Come on.
Sir? Yes?
Their skill is pretty
Ready?
limited.
Yes?
There we go. Let's just save it over to there we go. Okay, let's keep moving.
Make up your mind.
There's gonna be another group that comes out. Let's keep them back. Although I gotta worry about the goals.
Move here, move there. Yes.
The Thrall aren't really a problem. The only thing I'm really worried about is these goals. Well, the goals and the Solus.
Yes.
And when I come up around here, the next group of Solus should activate, and also these Thrall.
Okay.
Yep, here come the Thrall. there's the souls.
Follow me.
Okay,
The monument is this
Move
way.
here, move there.
we got a nice little like kill here, so we can take advantage of that
This
Move
way.
here, move there.
as it increases his range.
Okay.
Clear.
Yikes! Bad guys!
Stand clear.
There we go. See, I didn't notice this skull come up. So let's restart the last save. That's what I was worried about. See, the thing is when you're on a high resolution, the red things on the map, the red dots aren't always easy for me to spot. So I'm gonna zoom into the map a little bit and see if that helps. It's one of my frustrations with this old
Move
game.
here, move there.
Someone should, you know, change the appearance on this in the next patch or something so you can see the dots easier.
Move here, move there.
Because they're pretty important. Okay, so here comes the goal. Thought I saw him. Yeah, there he is.
Hey, step aside.
Yes, sir. Move here, move there.
Hey, step aside.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah.
Got him.
Oh, that was nice. Okay, take out that Solus,
Catch.
and then we're pretty much done with this part.
Okay. Move here, move.
On the way. That was mine.
Okay, so now that we got that taken care of, there's gonna be 2 groups of 3
Yes,
Thrall.
sir.
I mean, not Thrall,
Yes,
goals.
sir.
So there's gonna be one group of goals over here. It looks like they're already coming.
Move here, move there. Yes.
Ah, they're splitting up, which is not
Step aside.
ideal at all.
Hey, step aside. Stand clear. Hey,
Mic up, young man.
Oh, that sucks. Come on.
buddy. Step
Okay.
aside. Buddy.
Okay, that worked out fine.
Yes, sir. Mic up, young
Alright, and then as soon as we activate, most likely the trader is going to go this way. The trader, okay, here's the monument where the trader's meeting at. So the trader will either go this way or this way down this little path, depending on, you know, depending on where your units are. So I feel like he normally, when my units are here, I feel like he normally goes this way. If I put my journeyman out there too early, he might not go that way. So maybe I shouldn't do that. But also, there's going to be a bunch of Thrall that come out of these forests. And then there's also going to be 3 goals over here somewhere. They're going to come and rush me as soon as I get to the... as soon as I activate the trader. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take out these goals that come. So... and then I'm also going to send my journeyman up here to take care of the trader. He'll take good care of him. But I don't want to do it too soon because I want him to... well, actually, it doesn't really matter which way he goes, to be honest. I'll just go
There
ahead and
he
start
is!
sending him.
Kill him!
Yeah, he's going to go this way. That's what I figured. So we're going to see some goal over here soon.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, here we go. This journeyman's going to absolutely own him. And our little... he's just kind of going towards him.
Got him.
There, move there. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay, now that's done. Now we're going to go kill the trader. So, this is the easiest way I find to do it, is to use these herbs to kill everything. Actually, yeah, let's get some kills. Let's kill him. So the herbs will instantly kill him. I'm surprised that Thrall actually started fighting me. Usually they don't. As soon as you kill them, they'll just run away. Alright, there we go. Our archer's got 9 kills, our dwarf has 11, and journeyman has 6. So then on below we'll see the heroes battle survived, and those kills are all the missions combined for their kills. So we're missing some because I didn't have all the ones from the last mission, but that's alright. On the victory screen, we can see the mayor with a mass of arrows in him and the monument where the meeting took place. The monument kind of looks like a ghoul if you look closely. I will cover him later, but there is a particularly famous ghoul called Fang Grinder in the Tales of Myth, which is a comic that was made by Bungie. Could this monument be in remembrance to Fang Grinder himself? If you lose the mission, you will see a picture of the mayor standing before Shiver with a thrall and ghoul that escorted him. He's telling Shiver all about the legion that is coming from the direction of Otter Ferry. As we will learn later, Shiver is extremely powerful and is the fallen lord who is leading the siege on Madrigal. Now I want you to notice a few things about her. 1. She looks just like a regular woman. 2. Is the mirror in the tent. And 3. It appears like she is wearing some sort of dress. Right now, I don't want to get into details on these because there are spoilers, but they are important parts of the image and tell us a bit about Shiver. As far as Easter eggs go, when you start the mission and go back and to the right, you will see a trailer home with some music singing about the traitor. Have a listen to this smashing hit.
I know that you think that you're the mayor. I know that you think that you're the mayor. You ain't nothing but a traitor. If I were you, I think I'd watch my back. If I were you, I think I'd watch my back. You sold us out. You're an egomaniac. We know you're a thief and you're a liar. We know you're a thief and you're a liar. We'll roast marshmallows on your funeral pyre. I know that you think that you're a sharp blade. I know that you think that you're a sharp blade. So pathetic, I'll dance on your grave.
Although not technically an Easter egg, if you go to the left from the starting position, you will see a very steep hill that you can throw grenades up and watch them come back. On the north side of the map, you can find a few villagers randomly walking through the forest that will say good morning. In the northeast corner of the map, behind the meeting place, you will find a farm with a house and barn, along with a couple villagers around it. I noticed that if a thrall comes near one of them, he will say, "Hey, what's with the axe?"
Hey, what's with the axe?
And that is it for A Traitor's Grave. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time in the Siege of Madrigal. Until then, keep up the fight against the fallen.